When we read something, most of the time I've seen students are reading same page half an hour looking at it. If you ask, what are you reading? I don't know, sir. Mind is elsewhere. It happens. Now, how do you control that? How can you make your reading more effective? Have you heard of this formula, SQRRR? B.Ed students, they know about it. Yes. Education, they know about it. But you can use it it's very effective in studying. In any book you are studying, textbook or anything. Write it down. SQ, capital S, capital Q, 3R. RRR. SQ3R. What is this? How to study. How to read a book. S means S. Right? Give a dash. S means survey. 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 S is survey. I will explain what it means. Survey. Q stands for question. Q stands for question. Questions, plural. Q stands for questions. Then 3R. 3R. R1 is read. Read. R2 is recite. 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 R3, third R, is review or revise. Anything you can write. Review or revise. Revise. R1, read. R2, recite. R3, review or revise. What does it mean? You see, first of all, survey. Normally when we start any book, history or commerce or any physics book, what we do is we start at the first page, chapter 1, first page, and then we start reading one after another. What is there in the book, where we are going, we don't know. We have no idea in our mind. See, when you go to a new city, when you are visiting a new city, what do? First thing you look at, map. Now it is very easy, Google Maps. You see the map. Here are the important places to visit. And then you proceed in the city. You will never go into a city and start walking in the streets here and there. You will get lost and you will not be able to see anything. So in the same way, when you start a book, a chapter, you start a book, you look at the contents, quick look at the contents page. You start a chapter, what do? Look at the heading and the pages, quickly turn the pages, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, a quick survey. What will you look for? Subheading. Diagrams, charts, tables, the subheadings which are there, key terms which are there. Very quickly you look at it. And 5-10 pages, you turn the pages quickly. What will happen with this? What is the use? You will get a chart in your mind, a map of the chapter in your mind. You will get a map of the chapter in your mind. So when you start studying later on, all the time you will know where I am in this chapter, what is behind me and what is ahead of me. You will have a clear idea. It's psychologically very important, they say in education, to have this clear idea of what I am doing, where I am. Survey. Second, questions. Second, questions is there. What does it mean? Normally what we do is, when we study a chapter, from school onwards we have got this habit. We study the chapter, we read the chapter, then try to solve the questions at the end. First we study and then we try to solve the questions at the end. But educational psychologists tell us this is completely wrong. Why is it wrong? Do you know why people learn? When we learn, why do we learn? What is the motive power behind learning? The motive power behind learning is curiosity. I want to know. Curiosity. I want to know. Then we learn. Unfortunately, in school and college, why do we learn? It is in the syllabus, sir. That's why we are learning. Now syllabus, do you want to learn? No, nothing like that. That's why we don't learn also. That's why I have lot of effort before examinations, after examinations, all forgotten again. Because I never wanted to learn it in the first place. Now how can you create that sense of curiosity? Educational psychologists say, whatever subject you are studying, it may be maths, physics, history, commerce, whatever. First you go to the questions. Look at the questions, at least 5-10 questions. Keep them, they say write it down or you need not write it down, keep it in your mind. When you will start reading, what will happen is the questions are in your mind. Now you are not reading mechanically. You are discovering. You are seeking the answers. You are curious. You want to know the answers to those questions. So when you are reading, then you find, oh, here is the answer to that question. Oh, here is the answer to that question. Oh, I did not find the answer to the third question. You are seeking. That's a much more powerful psychological mode of learning than simply turning the pages one after another. So question first, then study. Not study first and then question. And then third part is the 3R. After survey and questions, it is taking so long to explain it, but actually when you do it, it takes just few minutes. Then you start reading. First is R1, reading. How do you read? Do you have to learn how to read also? Yes, you have to learn how to read. Active reading. There is something called active reading. What is active reading? Don't simply hold the book and stare at it. If you stare at it, after some time what will happen? Eyes will go heavy, book will fall out of the hand. No. You keep a pen or a pencil and you mark, if it is your own book, don't mark library books. If it is your own book, you mark it. Important points, your own comments in the side. What you understood, what you did not understand. Some people write a small question mark. I did not understand this part. I agree with this part. One tick mark is there. One comment is there. I read something like this related in another book. So this is called active reading, where you underline, you comment, you take notes. That notes you may not read anymore again, but that note taking helps you to concentrate on what you are doing. Use your hands. Use your verbalizing skills. You read out aloud what you are reading there. Active reading. Active reading. One of our senior Swamis, Swami Ranganathanandaji, who was the president of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, he was a prolific reader. Where I am, we have got the entire collection of his books. He passed away a few years ago at the age of 98. Till the end of his life, imagine, a 98-year-old old man, end of his life, 10 hours a day he used to study. 10 hours a day. When he is extremely sick in the intensive care unit of the hospital, I have myself seen. We had gone to visit him. He was very ill. Just few days before he died. Reading such a thick book on, you will not guess what subject, on the connection, interface between meditation and neuroscience, Zen and the brain. Such a thick book. Just 2 days before passing away, 3 days before passing away, he is reading that book and underlining, lying in the intensive care unit of the hospital, reading the book, underlining, making comments. Hand is shaking like this, but he is still doing that. Active reading. All his books, thousands of books he has given to our library, I have seen. All of them are marked. All of them there are comments. Everywhere it's written which date he started, which date he completed. So, active reading, that is R1. R2, recite. After reading 1 page or 2 pages, don't go further. Stop. Mentally you recite. Not like a poem. Just mentally recite the main points. You may feel I am understanding. When you try to recite by covering the book, you will find 1 or 2 places you have got doubts. You don't remember or you don't understand. You have to go back there and take a look. That is called revise, R3. R3, revise. So this is SQRRR. Survey, question, read, revise, read, recite and revise. This is just one technique how to improve our thinking, our studying skills. Many other things are there. So first thing is